Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tony's podcast, Tony's Sleep Hacks and Journal. Today is Saturday, October 17th, 2020. We're heading home to 2021. It's been a very tough and interesting year. And I haven't had an episode of the podcast out lately. I've been just really busy. And I'm glad to be out and about telling you what's going on. We're really busy. I'm super pumped and swamped. And I want to just talk about a few things that are on my mind today. One thing was we had some retail customers come in, and I was serving them, which is interesting because I don't really deal with the public too much anymore. And they refused to wear the mask properly. The lady actually who made the decision for their purchases, she refused to wear the mask at all, and they ended up leaving, which was fine, because it's my personal safety at stake here. You know, if I'm helping you and I've got a mask and I'm keeping distant as much as possible, but I'm still trying to help you out. I mean, you can at least help out as well. And it's unfortunate that they left, but you know, that's the way it goes. There are some things more important than money. That's number one. The number two thing I want to talk about today is, has anybody out there listened to a podcast? Anytime you listen to a podcast, you always hear something very familiar, right? You hear about an agency or somebody starting an agency and how well this campaign went for one of their clients, and what they're not saying is hopefully that will happen to you. And I'm thinking to myself, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, when something is very, very successful, when something almost goes viral, how common is that? That's not very common. That's great when it happens. It's happened to me before and it's awesome, but it doesn't happen every day. I'll give you another scenario. How about you do some work for a client and things don't go so well and things don't work out? You don't often hear about that on a podcast, do you? You never hear about that on a podcast because it doesn't sell. And that's what everything is about, right? In the end of the day, nothing is free. If any old timers know that expression, there's no such thing as a free lunch back in the day. That's the reality of it, you know? And it's great that we can shoestring our budgets together and figure out what there is. But at the end of the day, it's all about the dollar and the cents. And I get that. There's nothing wrong with that because I'm here to make money as well. But it's more than that. It's about transparency. It's about disclosure. And I think that's the most important thing. So people come to me and I give them my honest opinion because I've used agencies and I've used so many people out there, and it's hard to know who to really trust. You know what I mean? And I've been part of different masterminds, paid masterminds where you pay premium dollars versus free masterminds where people are more at the beginner starting stages of the process. And it's great that we're able to help everybody out. But let's be transparent and let's be honest. You know, that's what I really feel. You know, business is really busy for us. We're introducing a lot of new products. We just don't have enough stock. We're running low on some of our bestsellers. Other ones, you know, we're having a hard time replacing. But people feel more comfortable purchasing online. They feel comfortable dealing with somebody that has a reputation, that is an authority on a particular niche, which we try to do. I mean, with our content, with our different platforms, with our transparency, with the fact that we try to hire locally, we try to produce things locally where possible. Not always, I tell you that. There's a lot of items that we cannot right now produce anywhere but the low-cost countries. So that doesn't necessarily always mean China, but that means we cannot always produce them in the West. At least not yet. We can later on maybe, but right now things have changed. So guys, that's what I want to leave you with. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Tony's podcast. Cheers and have a great evening.